Hey friends on social media and the rest of the interweb. It's Dustin, and I'm currently gearing up to record my second full-length album. So a little background on myself. I'm a singer-songwriter from Mililani, and I've been playing music for about 10 years now. I've been performing live, and I recorded my very first EP, like a 5-song CD, back in 2013, and I released my very first full-length album in 2015. So this year, in December, it'll have been 3 years since my first album. I made those first 2 records on my own dollar, so this is kind of new for me and kind of humbling actually. This is the first time I've ever asked for monetary donations for any kind of, art project or aspiring project I've wanted to do or have ever been a part of. So this is a little unnatural for me to ask, but I figured, it's worth a shot. A friend of mine suggested GoFundMe. I looked into it. I figured, yeah, why not? So yeah. This GoFundMe is to help me raise money for the second album. For this record, I really just wanna do these songs justice. I think they're really good. In the past, I was able to just, when I was living at home with my parents, I was able to just kind of take on multiple jobs and, fund myself and kind of just pay my own way, and also accept some generous favors and services from good friends who helped me out along the way. This time around, it's a little harder. I moved out my parents' place, and living in Hawaii is just so hard. It's just really expensive, guys. So after the first album, I was able to go to a songwriting conference in the Big Island in the summer of 2016, and I learned a lot. It was a really good experience. I got to meet the singer of Plain White Tees, Tom, and he was actually the one who suggested that I market my song Candy, and that song, it just kind of took off, and I had a video for it that year as well. I followed up with the release, and it was just a really good experience overall. So flash forward to later in 2016, I took a hiatus for a little bit from music. We're more so performing live, and I kind of just spent time reflecting and working on new stuff and just getting more balanced as a person, because at that time there was a lot going on and I just wanted to take a break and kind of just recenter. I came back from hiatus in 2017, and I've been feeling pretty good about music ever since. It's not impossible to fund myself, but it will just take a very, very long time. A little quick lesson for people who aren't familiar with music and recording music. To make a full-length album, like a pretty decent quality one for a good price, roughly around $10,000 standard. But my goal for this GoFundMe is just $3,500 because I go all the way back. So when you're recording a song, there's always 3 major components of the recording process. So that's the tracking phase, the mixing phase, and mastering phase. So tracking is when you kind of record the instruments and you capture the performances through your microphone, and it goes into the system, into the computer. That's the tracking phase. Mixing is when you take those tracks, so you have a track of like vocals, track of drums, track of guitars, you put them together, you mix them together into a song. That's when you kind of make everything sit together well. So that might include, some EQing, some compression, some reverbs, some effects, just to make it kind of sit well together as a song. The mastering phase is kind of like the finishing touch. So it's like, the best way I can describe it is when you see a painter make a portrait, and after they're done painting, they have a finishing gloss they put over it. It kind of just ties it all together. So that's what mastering is for music. When you master a song, it's taking the mixed track of that song, and it's kind of just tying it all together like glue. So it feels like one song, it feels like one product rather than a bunch of tracks mixed together really well. My campaign is going to be used mostly to help me fund the mixing portion. The tracking portion, I have some really good friends who've offered to help me again to do that phase at a pretty decent rate. The mixing is the most important for me. I want it to be mixed really well. The mastering, I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna fund that part yet, but I'm kind of just relying on the fact that I'm pretty decent at saving money. So I think by early next year I'll have enough money to fund the mastering portion, because that costs quite a bit as well. And then I'm also gonna pay for the printing of the physical copies, which will be another chunk of money. So yeah, I just need help from you guys for the mixing portion. So recap, that's a little bit on myself and the project I want to do. Again, this is kind of humbling and kind of different for me. I've never asked for monetary donations before. Just want to, from the bottom of my heart, just ask politely, if you feel led to, please be a part of helping me bring this record to life, and you know, just donate whatever you want, or even just spread the word. It helps. It's kind of cliche, but every penny does count, and it'll go a long way. I'm going to be using the money, like I said, for the mixing, and also to, I forgot to mention this earlier, to help pay some of the guest musicians that are going to come in to help me record some parts. I appreciate you guys' help, and thank you guys all for just being with me on this journey of music. If you guys have been my friend for a long time, you know that it's one of my biggest passions, and I just really want to create music to encourage people and glorify Christ. And you know, this is also just a personal project of mine that I really want to accomplish. I've always wanted to create at least 2 full-length albums of my own original work, just so I can have something I'm proud of, you know, that I've created and I've worked hard on. For this record, I forgot to mention, it's all coming to me now as this video is going on. For this record, I'm planning to make it all free. So once it's done, you'll have free downloading, free streaming, and free physical copies. For me, this is not about the money. It never has been. My last record was in stores and stuff, so it was being sold, of course, and iTunes has their own pricing. But for this time around, I really want to just share these songs. I just genuinely love creating music and sharing it with people. And that's the main goal of this. I just want to create these songs and share it with you guys. So it's going to be free, all free. I don't care about breaking even. I don't care about making any money back. I just want to make these songs the best they can be. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video. And if you feel led to, please donate to the cause. I'm not going to force anyone to. I understand times are hard for a lot of people. But yeah, that's just all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And God bless. Take care. Bye.
Her lips, they taste like candy. And I can't stay away.